Welcome back to Alden Vaults. I'm back with episode 2 of how it's named Chadderton series. In this episode we'll be taking a look at the history of Bardsley Street, South Chadderton, to find out where the name originates from and why it was chosen for this street. I will let you see if you can guess the name origin with one clue. It is a place name of a former subdivision of Salford Hundred in the County Palatine of Lancaster. History of Bardsley Street. Bardsley Street was born just before the Second World War and was originally spelled on the 1938 Ordnance Survey map as Bardsley Street. It is not clear whether this was a spelling mistake or was intentional name for the street. Bardsley Street used to be much longer in length, with a grand total of 30 houses from 1930 right through to 1950s compared to a grand total with blocks 10 to 20, 22 to 24 and 21 to 25 all being demolished around 1990s to make way for the M60 motorway, which ran through these aforementioned houses with a cycleway using the remaining space. Evolution of the name Bardsley. Bardsley was first noted in the place names of Lancashire book as Bardsley and Bardsley in 1422. The first EL is apparently a person's name, perhaps of Old English beard, of Beardshaw, Beardwood and Bardsey in 3. How it's named. Bardsley Street is named after the suburban area of Bardsley in Oldham. It lies on the undulating land by the River Medlock on the Oldham southern boundary with Ashton underline in the metropolitan borough of Tameside, lying within the historic county boundaries of Lancashire from a very early time. Bardsley anciently formed with a hamlet within the township and parish of Ashton under Lyne in the hundred of Salfordshire. Following the local government Act 1894, Bardsley constituted a civil parish within the Limehurst Rural District and administrative county of Lancashire. Limehurst was included in the Ashton-under-Lyne Poor Law Union. In 1951, owing to urbanisation, parts of Bardsley was incorporated into the neighbouring county borough of Oldham. In 1954, Limehurst Rural District was abolished, with the rest of the parish of Bardsley joining the county borough of Oldham. Following the Local Government Act 1972, the county borough of Oldham was abolished and Bardsley became part of the newly formed Metropolitan Borough of Oldham in Greater Manchester. This is a bishops with name Bardsley. In this final segment we'll be taking a look at bishops with the name Bardsley. The first one is Cuthbert Bardsley. His full name is Cuthbert Killick Norman Bardsley, 28th of March 1907 to 9th of January 1991. He was a prominent Anglican priest and evangelist who served as a Bishop of Croydon from 1947 to 1956 and as Bishop of Coventry from 1956 to 1976. He was born in Hoverstone in Cumbria on the 28th of March 1907. The youngest of 6 children of Church of England Vicar Norman Bardsley and his wife Annie Killick. In 1909, Bardsley Senior became the Vicar of Lancaster, where Bardsley Junior spent his childhood. He came from a family steeped in the tradition of Anglicanism, who within 3 generations produced 29 clergyes and 3 bishops. In addition to Bardsley's concerted in 1947, his lineage included John Bardsley, Bishop of Carlisle, 1892 to 95, and Cuthbert's uncle Cyril C.B. Bardsley, a Bishop of Peterborough. In May 1976, he resigned the see at Coventry. He spent his retirement years at Cirencester, remaining committed to the evangelic causes, particularly Lee Abbey, which he visited regularly in his remaining years. Bardsley was also an enthusiastic amateur oil painter, and several of his works have appeared at auction room sales in the recent years. Cuthbert Bardsley died on January the 8th, 1991. The second person we're going to be talking about is Cyril Bardsley. His full name is Cyril Charles Bowman Bardsley, born on 13th of February 1870 to 20th of December 1940. He was an Anglican bishop in his first half of the 20th century. Cyril was educated at the Marlborough and New College, Oxford, and ordained in 1895. His first post was a curate at the Huddersfield Parish Church. He then held the incumbencies at Nottingham and St Helens, Merseyside. He then became the secretary of the Church Ministry Society until his ordination to the episcopate as the Bishop of Peterborough in 1924. In 1927, he was translated to be the first Diocesan Bishop of Leicester in the modern era, and described in his Times Obituary as a pastoral bishop who lived for nothing but to serve his master and his minister to his people. He died shortly after resigning his see. The third person, and possibly the final person, is John Bardsley. His full name is John Wearing Bardsley, 29th of March 1835 to 14th of March 1914. He was the Bishop of Carlisle. He was the son of Canon James Bardsley, once a Bradford curate. As a boy, he lived in the church in Church Street, Burnley, attending Burnley Grammar School between 1843 and 48. He continued education at Manchester Grammar School and Trinity College in Dublin. He began his career as a curate at St Hans, Sale, after which he held incumbencies at St John's, Bootle, and then St John's Saviour's, Liverpool, from 1880 to 1886. He was named the Archdeacon of Warrington and then the Archdeacon of Liverpool for a year before his ordination to the episcopate as the Bishop of Sodor and Man in 1887. In 1891 he was translated to the Carlisle, a post he held until his death on 14th of March 1914. He died in 1914 and was buried at Woolford Head near Carlisle, Wales at Bootle. He married Mary Powell, who he had 5 children. That is all for today, folks, and I hope you enjoyed this episode. And if you would like to see more from the series, there is a playlist which is updated every time a new episode is uploaded. Be sure to join us back here for episode 3 on Monday, where we will find how Chestnut Street, Chadderton, got its name and its potential connection to the United States. Woo! And then click here for YouTube suggestions. Click here for the playlist, how it's named, and click here for our free subscription to Alden Vaults. I hope to see you again soon.